Hey, everybody. I'm Madeline Sklar, host of the Social ROI Chat. We had an amazing time today talking about one of my favorite subjects, and this very meta today. We talked about Twitter chats, a Twitter chat about Twitter chats. How cool is that? And my guest is here with me. Please welcome
Hi,
Debra Eckerling. Hey, Deb, how are you?
I'm good, Madeline. How are you doing?
I'm great. Well, anytime I get to go on a Twitter chat and talk about Twitter chats, I mean, I just
I
can't
know,
be any
right?
happier than that. Super meta, but I love it. I love, I'm a huge advocate for Twitter chats. You are as well. You've been hosting
Hmm.
your Twitter chat. We'll talk about that in a moment. I've been hosting Twitter chats every week since 2011, if you can believe that.
I
I've been
totally
running them.
can.
I've
You're
been running them a
superwoman.
long time. Yeah, because I used to be in the music business and I was running one that was highly successful for my music community. And it's such a great way to bring people together and then also a great way to connect with new people. And on the social ROI chat, we always meet new people every week. It's always fresh and exciting, and then you got the people that come week after week as well, and it's just you just feel like you're surrounded by incredible friends. Isn't that like how you would depict a Twitter chat?
It is. And one of the things that I love about, well, my chat and your chat is most of the people I don't know in real life. And it's
Right.
like, but, and you and I knew each other for years,
Uh-huh.
year before we actually met. And that's when social media really does its job, is it enables you to develop relationships that you could take offline in real life onto a phone call. And we only reach our, forgive me, goals by elevating each other and forming alliances and supporting each other. In what way to, in how do you do that? You do that by expanding your community. Well, how do you expand your community? Find like-minded people on Twitter chat. So, and
Right.
I love that there were a whole, we have some crossover peeps, and there were some people from my chat and from Twitter
Uh-huh.
Smarter, and it was like this one big Twitter party. I mean, really, we couldn't have asked for a better chat. Do you think? I don't think
I
so.
totally agree because right, you had some people from your gold chat. We had people that are regulars at Social ROI. We have some of my Twitter Smarter participants. It's just one big happy family. And what I love about Twitter chats, what makes it so great is that you're always going to be surrounded by like-minded people, because the people that come on Social ROI are people that are interested in social media. They're interested in getting your return on investment. You're interested in like how to make this work great for you and your business.
Hmm.
And then just like, with your gold chat and my Twitter Smarter, like these chats that we are a part of, we're surrounded by people that are just like us, and there's so much magic in that, right?
Well, it really is the support system. And I'll, and you said you haven't missed any chat since you started yours in 2011. I'm in my second year, and I think I missed 3 times last year. And this year I was covering the Writers Guild Awards, and I didn't want to cancel my chat. So I pre-tweeted, or I got them all scheduled, and I let one of my regulars, Tom, who's not on Facebook, know. Thank you, Tom. And he just made sure everything went smoothly. And I love that I was able to not miss just because my commitment ran over. And the people in the group, I mean, I went through and I did the recap and I replied, and it was like, these people, they wanted to be there, and that's the feeling I get from my chat every week, and I love it. And whenever I can, I like to do at least one or two other chats as a participant a week, and I try to make at least part of yours if life, you know, makes it. But
Yeah.
that's the thing, is you can't do everything, so you try and do a little bit of that. But to have some place where you know you can go, and the people there want you to succeed, which is basically, you know, my business is all about community and lifting everybody up to achieve their goals. And you need that. And the Twitter chat is really a great way to go and hang out and get support every week. So and you can easily find something that suits you, because there are as many Twitter chats as there are like ideas in the world.
Exactly. Like whatever your interests are, whether it's a
Hmm.
hobby or something related to your business, there's something out there for you. And
Hmm.
the great thing about Twitter chats, if there's not something out there, well, go
You can
start
make
it.
one.
Be the the one that does it, or if there's 10 of them related to your expertise, be the one that's better and different than everyone else, right? Like there's no reason to ever be discouraged because no one's doing it, because you could be the first, or because too many are doing it because you could be the best one. So this is going to be such a great discussion. But before we dive in, though, tell
Mhm.
everybody a little bit about yourself. Kind of fill in, like, who you are, what you do, and then tell us how you got started with your own Twitter chat.
Okay. Well, and we all know that you're part of the answer to the last question. My name is Debra Eckerling. I am a goal coach and project catalyst. And that means I help people who are at a crossroads figure out what they want to do and set them on the right path. Or if they have a project that they keep wanting to do, can't quite get it done, I come in like a fitness coach, give them a plan, and then we have regular troubleshooting, like workout sessions every week, every other week to make sure the project is moving forward, because everybody deserves to have the life that they want and set goals that allow them to achieve their mission and live a happy and fulfilled life. So that's what I do. My website is the Deb Method. It's spelled exactly the way it sounds. And it's an offshoot. It was a personal rebrand for me. So I've been right on online for as long as there's been social. So we're a while. Actually, longer than, because it started out as live writer support group meetings, which evolved into live support goal hangouts for writers, creatives, and entrepreneurs. And so I've got the live component, but I also have the online social component. So there's the Write On Online Facebook page, Facebook group for sharing wins and encouraging people. And last January 2018, after years of saying I'm going to start a Twitter chat, I started Goal Chat, and we meet every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific. And I know the time is a little bit off, but I have people from all over the world. Some are just waking up in the morning, some join in right before they go to bed. Some people come and tweet. Well, actually, someone's there almost every week in the middle of the night. She tweets in from England, and it's awesome. And other people just catch up the next day. And it's just a really good way to share your wins with people who you know are going to be happy for you, set goals with people who are going to hold you accountable, and then we dive into a special topic. And it's a great community, but I have to say, my final nudge kind of came from you, from being a participant and being friends with you. I've been talking about starting Goal Chat for a couple years before we even met. And finally, I'm like, you know what? I have a wonderful Facebook community, but not everybody's on Facebook and Twitter. It just felt that was the right next place to be and help encourage people and develop community of cheerleaders. So there you go.
That's awesome. What a great story. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm so glad you went for it and you did it, because so many times people have the idea of starting a Twitter chat, but like everything, we're all busy and trying to figure out how to put it into our schedule and just make it happen. Sometimes you got to just dive in, and my favorite saying, just do it, and the rewards are tremendous. I mean,
Well,
let's stop for a moment. So, and back up on this, because, like, what have the rewards been for you? Like, okay, you were thinking about it, a couple years go by, and then finally you do it. Like, what was the benefit from? Like, what are some of the big benefits you got when you finally took the plunge?
wow. You mean other than the warm, fuzzy feeling I get when somebody says, um, I did my goal like 5 minutes ago, but I knew I had this chat or this meeting or whatever. That for me is a satisfaction. But for me, in my quest to become the number one goal setting and productivity expert, it was a no-brainer. I use Goal Chat to help more people and help me on my path to become the go-to in my area. And it's also really good for clients. It's like, okay, if you can't afford me, there are a lot of different areas where I can support you, and that's just wonderful. And then I'll have people come to me and be like, this is really great, Deb, but I really need help writing that book, starting that blog, re-envisioning my business. And what is the reason for social media? To show who you are and what you do. And when someone needs you, you're the person they think of. So for me, that has been both the purpose and the benefit.
I love it.
And
That's awesome.
And can I back up to something that you said before?
Mhm.
You were talking about when you want to do something, you just need to do it. Well, I was branded as Right On Online for years, and last year it because of the tsunami of circumstances which causes you to say, okay, what's next? It was time to brand myself as me. And fortunately for me, the letters in my name, DEB, also work very well with my methodology. So D is determine your mission, E is explore your options, and B is brainstorm your path. So whether you're starting a Twitter chat or any project, if you go through those steps, it will help you find your focus and help you increase your chances for success. So I had to just throw that part in.
I love that. Well, that ties into question number 1 because you have what's called your Deb method. So,
Mm-hmm.
tell us what is the Deb method and how can its implementation help set goals for Twitter chats?
Well, it all starts with the D, which is determine your mission. You need to go inside yourself, figure out what you want. Because if you don't know what you want for yourself, for your business, for your Twitter chat, it's not going to be successful. You need to start with, and that's really why people um, fail with setting their goals is they don't know where they want to go. They think, oh, I want to be successful. I want a lot of money. I want this. I want that. Fine. But what is it that you love that drives you? You love Twitter. I love goals. Really no brainers here. And the other thing, when I started it last year, my motto for the year was create, launch, repeat. Because I'm always so busy helping other people create things, I kind of had to put creation of my own um, things, community expansion, whatever, at the forefront, or else, it doesn't get done. So working off of that motto, what is my mission? My mission to help individuals and businesses define, plan, and achieve their goals. Great no-brainer for me. Explore your options. Well, they're different, and we'll go into the Twitter chat phase. I guess I'm not a really good example for exploring your options because my chat was always going to be on goal setting. But let's say you want to start a Twitter chat, but you have a lot of different avenues of interest. Well, what are the ones that speak to you the most? What are the ones that are going to get you excited to lead this chat? And then after you settle on your topic, the other things that you need to consider is when is your chat? How long is your chat? What is going to make your chat unique? Because as you said before, there are some chats that are 10 chats, they're more on certain topics. What is it about you and your experience that make you the expert, and what is your unique spin, and what are the different things you can do to create a unique chat? And then brainstorm your brainstorm your path is, okay, I want this chat, I want this day, I want this time, I want this topics. Mine is not hosted. A lot of chats are. Some people rotate. Once you figure out the particulars, then you brainstorm every single thing you need to do to make that chat a reality, including, setting up your socials for your chat, starting a blog so you have a place to put the different recaps, moments. However, I know that's another question. I shouldn't get into that now. But all the different tasks that you need to do to make your chat a reality, imagery, brainstorm it all, organize it, put it into different packets of things that need to be done, and then set aside the time and do it. And you have your favorite phrase. Mine is done is better than perfect. Of course,
Huh?
you should always strive for good, but don't wait and wait and wait, because then it's never going to get done. Get it to a point where you're ready to launch, and then you can fix things. Easy.
Yes. I'm a big fan of like you just do it and then tweak it as you go. You know, there's
Mm-hmm.
that famous saying of like, like don't know the exact wording, but like basically jump off the cliff and you'll build your wings on the way down.
Yeah.
And that when it comes to Twitter chats, I mean that yeah, just get it started, get people interested, and then you can tweak it and build it and grow it, and people will hear about it, they'll come. It'll be an amazing experience for both you, the host, and for the guests and the participants. And there's nothing better than being the person behind the chat and getting the recognition that comes with it, getting seen as an industry leader. I mean, I could go on and on about all of the great things that come out of having a successful Twitter chat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but let's go ahead and move over to question number 2 because I want to go through some of these questions. What's great about doing this live stream after chat is that we get your expanded thoughts. In the Twitter chat, being that we're in this chat for 1 hour, we can only get so much information across during that time. And as you know, it moves very fast. So it's nice that
Very.
now we can just click back on video and have a conversation and hear more from you with these questions. So question number 2, what advice do you have for businesses just starting a Twitter chat? In what ways will they see the benefits and are they quantifiable?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember what I said
That's
because
okay.
we went to different things. Well, it really goes back to you want to spend time. I just said done is better than perfect, and that is true. However, you need to find the balance between too much planning and not enough planning. So,
Right.
what you want to do is you have to search the hashtags. I was shocked. Do you know that there are no other goal setting chats that I could find in my
Really?
research? Isn't that, and people would use goal chat for sport references, but it was one of those that they didn't use it very often. So it was fine. But yeah, I was shocked that this idea that I had like 4 or 5 years ago when I originally got the profile link didn't exist. So figure out what is your specialty, what is your unique spin on it, and then go check your hashtag and see who is using it, if people are using it, what ramifications, because I know there are horror stories of people picking a hashtag that is the right reason to do a chat, because when you have that drive behind it, some little bit of altruism, it really just makes it better. Your
Yeah.
authenticity comes out, your personality comes out. If you want to start a chat, explore the different things that you can do, and then talk to a couple people. I know there are some people who talk to everybody. I am not a fan of it. I'd say maybe 3 people that you trust and throw some ideas and get some feedback is great. But when you get beyond that, or if you're in a business, you discuss it with your team. You don't want too much input because it might steer you in the wrong direction or encourage you when you should be changing paths a little bit. So just also know enough about it so when you get the feedback, you can view it objectively and take whatever moments. And then pick a day and a time that you can always do. My big decision was, do I do Sunday night or Monday morning? Because that is when people get started for their week. And even though Sunday night is a little bit of an odd time, it really is better because that way you can hit the week running, which is how I chose that time for my chat.
And that's interesting because it is a little bit of a different day and time. Most chats are Monday through Friday during the day. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Only a few chats on the weekend. You don't see that. So, do you feel like I totally understand like Sunday because people are getting ready for the week. But do you also feel that because yours is Sunday evening that you don't have a lot of competition for the day and time? Like, with daytime chats, like with both social ROI and Twitter Smarter, I'm competing with other chats at the same exact time. So do you
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's been a big benefit that there really are like I don't know of any Sunday chats except for
Well,
yours.
Well, and there are a couple at 5 and at 6, and I'm not going to list them because I know I'll get them wrong. That I didn't want to compete with. There's do they even do it? There's script chat, and then there's another content chat right before mine. And I really didn't want to compete with them because it's a little complimentary. And I
Mhm.
figured, you know what? This is, and like I said, 7 o'clock's kind of late, but I also knew that with few exceptions, Sunday was very doable for me. Because for me, that is also my prep time for the week.
It's gotta be when it works for you because if
Mm-hmm.
you're hosting it, you need to be showing up every single week. And if it doesn't work with your schedule or you just keep having conflicts, there's nothing worse than starting a chat and then keep changing the day and time
You
because
can't.
then people get confused and you really got to stick to your schedule. So it really should be about what works for your schedule first and foremost, and
Mm-hmm.
then picking a day and time that not only works for you, but what you feel is a good fit for the community you're building out of it.
Yeah, and that is probably the other reason why I chose Sunday night rather than Monday morning, because I'm a freelancer. Every day is either really busy or really not, and that could change in an instant some weeks,
Right.
right? You know. And while the idea of Monday, I figured if my Monday is nuts, everybody else's Monday is nuts as well. But I knew that that would be a good time that I could commit to every single week. So there you go. And you want the consistency factor. I can't tell, you froze, and I can't tell if it is me or it's you.
And we're back. Okay.
Was that me?
I don't know. It was like a hiccup, and I don't know. The thing is with technology, it could be you, me, us, them. There's no telling. But one of the things I love about using Be Live is all you have to do is just refresh your browser, like for me and you, as
Mm-hmm.
the ones on this chat, and it's one of the things I like. The broadcast stays intact, um, and then we just refresh and come right back on. So we seem to be good now. I'm checking really quick, and yeah, we're back on Facebook. So sorry. Do you want to Do you have anything else to add to that statement you were making, or are you ready to move on?
I really do not
I
remember
don't,
which
I don't know.
exact rabbit hole I was down, so I
I
think
know.
we're good to move on.
Okay. Well, I think, still on the subject with the chats, I think is really important to prepare. I think it's great to go. Definitely got to go research hashtags, an exhausted search of hashtags because you can't own a hashtag. You can't say I own Twitter Smarter and no one else can use it. Someone can come in and start using Twitter Smarter. Now, is that smart? No, because I've well established the hashtag, just like
Mm-hmm.
you've well established Gold Chat. But when you're first researching, find a hashtag that's not being used or rarely used, because otherwise people will come on and use it and it can get confusing. The other thing I would also add to this is go on a bunch of other chats. Go see how
Yes.
other people host theirs. Go see the ins and outs of chats and see what do you like about the way someone's hosting a chat. What do you not like? Because it'll help you formulate the best way for you to run yours. Because one of the things I love about entrepreneurship is there's no rule book. You make your own rules. So there's no rules that say a Twitter chat has to be done a certain way. You could do it once a month for 30 minutes if you want. You can do it however you want. Now the standard is an hour once a week, but you work with what works best for you and your community. But I am a fan of going and seeing what other people are doing so you can kind of get ideas of how to make your chat work best for you. And as we were saying before, you can always tweak it, right? You could start off where you interview someone each week, you have a guest, and then maybe over time you're like, you know what? Let's just pick a topic each week. Here's a topic, go. And everybody just has one big
Uh-huh.
conversation.
Yeah, and it's really funny because originally I was going to dip my toe in, and I mentioned this on the chat. I was just going to do a half an hour office
I
hours. If
saw that.
people had questions, great.
Uh-huh.
And the first one went an hour, and people were very interactive. And then the next week it
Yeah.
went an hour. And I said, okay, we're doing this. We're really doing
Right.
this. And then it was basically I dipped my toe in and got pushed, but of my own volition. So it was
Right.
perfect. But
Right.
that's how you do it. The other
Yeah.
thing I want to add is if you plan to host a chat, you should be a guest on someone else's chat a few times.
Ooh,
So I
yeah.
think that's what really got me. I went on this little I don't want to say I think I was a guest on like 4 Twitter chats the year before, and I'm like, okay, good, I'm good. That was like my last test of me. I was going to be a guest on a bunch of chats, and if I still thought, I jump in, and that was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I'm good. So you have to be comfortable and confident on the platform because there's so much that can go wrong in a chat. But there's also so much that can go right in a chat, and it's totally worth it.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's do one more question. I love this one. Question number 3. What can a Twitter chat host do to ensure a Twitter chat success?
Show up. Wait, no, you want more than that.
That's it. No, no, but you know what? Really?
More is there. The chat is, and I wrote a blogging book a couple years ago, right on
Huh?
blogging, and it's kind of the same theory. Everybody has a blog, but your personality and your experience is what makes it different. Same thing with Twitter chats. The who you are, your education, your work experience, your life experience, all those little things come into the package that is you. And as long as you are willing to bring yourself and your personality and your authenticity into a chat, you're good. I mean, that's half the battle, right?
It is. And being consistent, right? Consistency
Mm-hmm.
important. Showing up, being consistent, being present, and having fun. We got to remember to have fun
Yes.
in all this. Otherwise, why are we doing this? Because it's a lot of work. But you got to have fun at the end of the day. It's got to be about something that you're passionate about, that it lights you up, excites you. And I always can see with your chat, it lights you up. It is so
Oh,
obvious. It's your
totally.
thing.
It's so true. And it goes back to figure out your mission, figure out what you want. And it doesn't have to be your forever mission. It could be your 1 year mission, your 2 year mission.
Right.
It could be what makes you happy in this particular phase of your life. And then you set goals, Twitter chat goals, and other types of goals that help you achieve that mission. Then it's eye on the prize and moving forward. And you're going to give more of yourself because you know what you're creating is meaning something to you. And when it means something to you, it will mean something to your community as well.
I love that. That is so awesome. And real quick, we got Tim here saying that he needs to make time to
He
join more
does.
chats, and I
He totally
agree with
does.
that. Make more time, because chats are just such a great way to connect with people. And then Nika's here. Hi to everybody that's here watching live. By the way,
Hi.
we really are thrilled you're here. And Nika says, "Just be you. It has to be unique." So true. Love that.
And the thing that you said too is have fun because if you have fun, everyone else is going to have fun.
Right.
Your passion is reflected in everything that you do. And I've got a tip for Tim. Tim, and
Okay.
anybody else who says, I don't have time for Twitter chats, yes, an hour is a long commitment. Join for 15 minutes. We'll put it on your calendar.
Boom.
Join 15 minutes, join a different
Yes.
chat a week for a couple weeks, 3, 4, 5. And then the ones that you really find, um, get you and you get and make you feel good, go back. And you could still just do 15 minutes on chats. I mean, I know some people in my chat multitask during the chat because they tell me, okay, you came in, you popped in, you checked in with us. Awesome. That's all you have to do. Little small increments. That's it.
That's awesome. Great tips, great advice. This is so awesome, Deborah. How can people get in touch with you if they want to reach out? What are the best ways for them to do that?
Well, you can learn more about me and what I do on my website, thedebmethod.com. And you can also join us on Gold Chat every Sunday at 7 Pacific. Follow the hashtag. And I also have Facebook communities. I've got a group and a page for Write On Online. And just go and join, and we have so much fun supporting each other on those. And then you can find the Deb Method Instagram, Twitter, Facebook as well. Or just, shoot me an email, Google me on LinkedIn, say, hey, Deb. I'll say,
Awesome.
hey.
Awesome.
How's that?
I love
Thank
it. This has been so great. Thank you for being on here.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. Anytime I get to chat with Madeline, whether it's through Twitter or on a Facebook live video, it's good. It goes back to that importance of connection. I mean, we're
Yeah.
friends. This is how we connect when we live in different states, and it's great because
Yep.
people didn't used to be able to do this. Take advantage. The world is everywhere, and we get to connect with so many people in meaningful ways because of this wonderful thing we call social media. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been so great. Thank you to everyone who participated in today's chat. And for those of you that came on this live stream, and we'll be back next week. We'll do it all over again with another great chat. So until then, I'll keep seeing you out on social media, especially on Twitter. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks again.